Chanukah linda está aquí. 8 candelas para mí. Chanukah linda está aquí. 8 candelas para mí. Oh, una candelica, 2 candelicas, 3 candelicas, 4 candelicas, 5 candelicas, 6 candelicas, 7 candelicas, 8 candelas para mí. Muchas fiestas voy a hacer con alegrías y placer. Muchas fiestas voy a hacer con alegrías y placer. Oh, una candelica, 2 candelicas, 3 candelicas, 4 candelicas, 5 candelicas, 6 candelicas, 7 candelicas, 8 candelas para mí. Los pastelicos voy a comer con las almendrigas y la miel. Los pastelicos voy a comer con almendrigas y la miel. Oh, una candelica, 2 candelicas, 3 candelicas, 4 candelicas, 5 candelicas, 6 candelicas, 7 candelicas, 8 candelas para mí.
Happy Hanukkah!
It is so wonderful to have you joining us for the 8th night of Chanukah, and we're so excited to be singing a little bit with you tonight.
Cantor Rosalie was going to be with us this evening in person with a change of travel plans. She'll be with us next weekend. More on that later, but we're excited to have her in virtual community this evening, just as we are excited to have you. But before we welcome Cantor before we light our Chanukiah, do you have yours ready to join us for the 8th night? We welcome our student cantor Sierra Fox to lead us in a creative take on Shira Klein's Nes Gadol.
Nes Gadol Hayasham, 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 Nes Gadol Hayasham.
Thank you, Sierra, and thank you everyone who is with us this evening. We kindle our shamash, we prepare to light our Chanukiah. I'd invite you to do so at home with us as well. First, we will kindle these lights, one for each night, and then we will join in our blessings together before we hear from Cantor Rosalie Will. We kindle those lights. Thank you for taking the time out of the game to join with us in this celebration. We'll see how that one goes tonight. I'm a little on edge. We join together in those blessings. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Chanukah Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asa nisim la'avoteinu, bayamim ha'hem ba'zman hazeh. Join us in singing with Cantor, Rosalie, Will.
Happy Chanukah! You all sound great, so let's keep it up with some Hanukkah singing together. Chanukah, oh Chanukah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all dance the hora. Gather round the table, we'll give you a treat. Sivivon to play with and latkes to eat. And while we are playing, the candles are burning low. One for each night they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. One for each night they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. Now I'm going to let you in on a little bit of a secret. Here is the real, true story of the miracle of Chanukah. Each Chanukah we glorify brave Judas Maccabeus, who had the courage to defy Antiochus and free us. But it is not fair that we should forget Mrs. Maccabeus, to whom we owe a debt. She mixed it, she fixed it, she poured it into the bowl. You may not guess, but it was the latkes that gave brave Judah a soul. You may not guess, but it was the latkes that gave brave Judah a soul. Now this is how it came about, this gastronomic wonder that broke the ranks of Syria like flaming bolts of thunder. Mrs. Maccabeus wrote into the dough portions of the Torah, then fried them so they shimmered, they simmered, absorbing the olive oil. You may not guess, but it was the latkes which made the Syrians recoil. You may not guess, but it was the latkes that made the Syrians recoil. Now these little latkes, brown and delicious, must have hit the spot because with appetites vicious, all the heroes downed them after their toil, causing in the temple a shortage of oil. One latka, two latkas, and so on into the night. You may not guess, but it was the latkes which gave us the Hanukkah light. You may not guess, but it was the latkes that gave us the Hanukkah light. See, that's the true story of Chanukah. And while we're singing about our latkes, here's a story from the perspective of a latka. I've been enjoying mine. I hope you've been enjoying yours as well. But here's the latka story, the latka song by Debbie Friedman. I am so mixed up that I cannot tell you. I'm sitting in this blender turning brown. I've made friends with the onions and the flour, and the cook is scouting oil in town. I sit here wondering what will come of me. I can't be eaten looking as I do. I need someone to take me out and cook me, or I'll really end up in a royal stew. I am a latka, I am a latka, and I am waiting for Chanukah to come. I am a latka, I am a latka, and I am waiting for Chanukah to come. Every holiday has food so special. I'd like to have that same attention too. I do not want to spend life in this blender, wondering what I'm supposed to do. Matzah and charoset are for Pesach, chopped liver and challah for Shabbat. Blintzes on Shavuot are delicious, and gefilte fish no holidays without. I am a latke, and I am waiting for Chanukah to come. I am a latke, and I am waiting for Chanukah to come. Sivivon sof sof sof, Chanukah hu chatov, Chanukah hu chatov. Sivivon sof sof sof, Chag simcha hu la'am, Nes gadol hayasham, Nes gadol hayasham, Chag simcha hu la'am. Sivivon sof sof sof, Chanukah hu chag tov, Chanukah hu chag tov. Sivivon sof sof sof, Chag simcha hu la'am, Nes gadol hayasham, Nes gadol hayasham, Chag simcha hu la'am. That Sivivon is spinning, so we all know this one. We can sing together about our Sivivon, about all of our dreidels. I have a little dreidel, I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, oh dreidel I shall play. Oh dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, oh dreidel I shall play. It has a lovely body with legs so short and thin, and when it gets all tired, it pops and then I win. Oh dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, oh dreidel I shall play. Another song we all may know and love, that we sing all year round, perhaps reminding us of strength, but it's from the Haftarah that we read on the Shabbat for Chanukah, not by might, nor by power, but by spirit, by the desire we have to lift people up, to fight for freedom and justice wherever we see that those values don't exist. So we'll sing this together for all of our generations. Not by might and not by power, but by spirit alone shall we all live in peace. Not by might, not by might and not by power, but by spirit alone shall we all live in peace. Let's clap our hands. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Again. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The children sing, the children dream, and their tears may fall, but we'll hear them call, and another song will rise, another song will rise, another song will rise. Not by might and not by power, but by spirit alone shall we all live in peace. Not by might, not by power, not by power. Shalom. With all of the lights, as we have arrived at this last day, last night of Chanukah, with all of those flames burning, we're reminded that it really just takes one candle, one flame to bring light to dark places. So even as Chanukah ends, think, what is the light that you can bring to the world? Because each of us have a special light within us. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. You know what to do. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All around the world, all around the world, we're it shine. We're gonna let it shine all around the world. We're gonna let it shine all around the world. We're gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. And one more song about light as we conclude our Chanukah celebration and our Chanukah singing. It's been so wonderful to sing with you today, and I look forward to being back with you next week for some more singing together. Light one candle for the Maccabee children. Give thanks that their light didn't die. Light one candle for the pain they endured when their right to exist was denied. Light one candle for the terrible sacrifice justice and freedom demand. And light one candle for the wisdom to know when the peacemaker's time is at hand. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears. Light one candle for the strength that we need to never become our own foe. Light one candle for those who are suffering the pain we learned so long ago. Light one candle for all we believe in. Let anger not tear us apart. And light one candle to bind us together with peace as the song in our heart. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears. Happy Chanukah. See you next week.
Thank you, Cantor Will. And as you mentioned, we're excited to welcome you next week to Temple Emmanuel of South Hills. Next week, next Sunday afternoon at 4 o'clock. I hope you will join us in the Beit HaTefillah for an evening of story and song with Cantor Rosalie Will. It is a fine end cap to Hanukkah, bringing some extra light and warmth into our lives, extending this wonderful season. I hope Hanukkah has brought you many blessings, many donuts for your stomach, and that the light continues to shine brightly not only on this 8th night of Hanukkah, but throughout the dark days ahead. Shavua Tov, happy Hanukkah, so great to be with you on this 8th night.